Hey guys, welcome back. Happy New Year! Woo! All right, so today's video, I'm gonna start the year with this soft looking cut crease. So it's going to be an eye makeup video. I'm gonna show you how I got this look. I'm gonna show you step by step, and I love it. Do you guys like this? It's so pretty and it's so soft that you can wear it during the day, at night. If you want to darken it up for the nighttime, you sure can. But it's a nice, I think, daytime looking cut crease. So if you want to see how I got this, obviously you have to keep watching. And make sure you are subscribed to my channel, follow my other social medias, and watch my previous videos. And the background, oh my god, it looks so plain. I know I have to do something with the background. I'm working on it. I just have a lot of stuff to do, but I will get to that. All right, let's begin on the cut crease. I'm gonna show you what I did from here, from this eye over on this eye. So for this look, I'm gonna be using the Pure Soiree Diaries eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. I've used this palette before. If you don't have this palette, I mean, look at the eyeshadows. These eyeshadows you can find in so many palettes. They're just light eyeshadows, and then you have the basic shimmer shadows on the bottom. I think the only one that isn't as basic is this eyeshadow right here, but I'm not using that one, so we're good. So I'm gonna take my Morphe M504 brush, and I'm gonna go into Socialite, which is this eyeshadow right here. When I look at it, it looks a lot like Makeup Geek's Peaches and Cream. So if you have that, it's very similar to that. I'm gonna place Socialite on my upper crease. This will be one of my transition shades, and I'm gonna keep it pretty high onto that crease. And you probably can't even tell that I'm wearing an eyeshadow right now because it's pretty close to my skin tone. Other than me having more of a yellow tone, this one is more of a peachy tone. And since this is a cut crease, I'm gonna keep it as high on my eyeshadows. I'm gonna keep them pretty high because my crease is pretty high. As you can see how high my crease goes. So I want the eyeshadows to be visible, so I'm keeping the eyeshadows pretty high. If your crease isn't as high as mine, then you can come down a little bit more. So I brought you guys a little bit closer just so you guys can see what I'm doing, because I was a little far. But the next brush I'm using is this Moda Pro crease brush, and now I'm gonna go into the eyeshadow named Gala, which is this one right here. And this one reminds me of Creme Brulee. Creme Brulee is a little bit darker than this eyeshadow. I feel like Creme Brulee is in between Gala and Socialite in shade, but they're still within the same family colors. So like I said, Peaches and Cream and Creme Brulee, they're not exact dupes, but they're very close if you have those Makeup Geek eyeshadows. So I'm gonna place Gala just a tiny little bit lower than I placed Socialite, because like I said, I'm keeping these eyeshadows pretty high on my crease because my crease is pretty high. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing from outer to inner corner. I'm just making smaller circular motions because I do want to keep the eyeshadow a little bit lower, and I want Socialite to be a little bit visible, you know, for that transition. So just take your time, go back and forth until you're happy with how much eyeshadow you've placed. And as you can see, I'm holding the brush from above because I want to blend the top of the eyeshadows, not so much towards the bottom, because I'm not blending this on my lid. I need it on my upper crease. So next I'm picking up the Morphe M412 brush, and I'm gonna go into Stunner. If this one goes lower into that crease, it doesn't matter because we're gonna clean that up with concealer. But for the most part, keep it as high as you can and make everything blend nicely, because you want that this eyeshadow to be visible. Oh, and by the way, this eyeshadow is pretty close to Cocoa Bear. Not an exact dupe, but it's very similar to Cocoa Bear if you were going with the Makeup Geek eyeshadows or any other eyeshadow that you think looks a lot like Cocoa Bear. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm holding the brush from above, keeping it pretty high. I'm bringing it all the way in. You see how it looks a lot harsher here right now? But we're just gonna keep blending. Like I said, if it goes onto your lid, it's okay because we're gonna clean that up with concealer. And I am bringing it out into the tail of my brow because, you know, when I create the wing, I want everything to flow over and elongate my eye. For my brow bone highlights, I'm going to take Mogul, which is this one over here. It has kind of a yellowy tone to it. It reminds me a lot of the Makeup Geek eyeshadow Rapunzel without the shimmer because this one is matte. This whole top section is our matte eyeshadows. The bottom row have shimmer. So I've been using nothing but matte eyeshadows right now. All right, so I'm gonna take Mogul and I'm gonna place it on my brow bone to give it a lift. And I'm using just a flat shader brush. It doesn't have a name. All right, now for the cut crease, I'm gonna use a concealer. This one is the Benefit Boing, and I'm using a BH Cosmetics 112 brush. I'm just gonna go into the concealer and go up as high as I think my crease is and just start cutting that crease. What I normally do, which if you guys have watched me for a while, you know that I like to open my eye, whatever transfers, now I know that's where my crease is, but I'm gonna go just a little bit higher than that because I want my cut crease to be visible like practically the whole time, not just when I blink. So if my eye is open, you can still see the difference in colors, like the, you know, the deepest shade, which is Gala, and then the shade that I'm gonna be wearing on my lid. If you don't have such a high crease, then obviously you do not have to do it this way. You do it however it works for your eye. Okay, so I do want to bring the concealer out like a tail. So I'm not gonna keep following the crease of my eye because if I do, I'm gonna round it out. I don't want to round it out. I want to wing it out. So from this point right here, I'm going to be creating my own lid space and make sure it's nice and smooth. All right, so let me make this easier. As you can see, this bottom row, well, this is my Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette. These are my matte eyeshadows. This lower row reminds me of this top row right here. So here we have Peach Smoothie, Beaches and Cream, and Creme Brulee. And over here we have, this one is Private Party, Socialite, and Gala. And I did use Mogul, but Mogul, like I said, reminds me of Rapunzel, which is on another palette of my Makeup Geeks, which is a little bit more shimmery. This one is matte. So like I said, these three, oh my god, I can't hold these. These three remind me of Beaches and Cream, which is the center one, Peach Smoothie, which is this one over there here, and Creme Brulee, which is over there, which are very similar to these three. And now let me show you where this one here is Cocoa Bear. So now see where it is, Cocoa Bear. Let me grab the other palette. And Cocoa Bear is very similar to, oh my goodness, this one right here, which is Stunner. Oh my god, I hope I made sense because holding these palettes together has been a disaster. All right, so let's move on. I'm using an Ofra brush. This is just a flat shader brush. This is the 11 brush, and now I'm going to go into Private Party, which to me, again, let me grab the palette again. It's kind of a combination of Peach Smoothie and Beaches and Cream, which are these two, but a little bit lighter. All right, I think you got the point. Let me just place this on my mobile lid and I'm gonna bring it all the way up to where I cut the crease. And I'm just patting it on. I will go back to a small blending brush and buff out that crease just so it doesn't look so harsh. All right, I'm gonna take this Luxie 237 blending brush and start buffing that crease. All right, now I'm gonna move on to my eyeliner. I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Lock and Seal liquid, and I'm just going to place a drop in the little container that it comes in. Just one drop. One drop is enough. I'm using an eyeliner brush. This is by Zeta. And the eyeshadows that I'm going to be using are these two, which is Glitzy and Twinkle. These two right here. First, I'm going to go in with Twinkle, and then I'm just going to create just the tail with Glitzy, but I'll show you how I do that. And in comparison to my Makeup Geek eyeshadows, bring the palette out, are these top two eyeshadows. Let me flip this. Now they're the bottom eyeshadows, which are these two right here. I hope I'm not blinding you. All right, so Grandstand, it's right here, and that reminds me of Twinkle, which is the first eyeshadow that I'm gonna use. This is a foiled eyeshadow by Makeup Geek, and this eyeshadow over here reminds me of Glitzy, except it's not foiled. It's just a little bit shimmery. So let's say, let me see, what's the name of this eyeshadow? This is Pocket Change. So let's pretend Pocket Change was a foiled eyeshadow by Makeup Geek, and that's very similar to Glitzy. Not exact, not the exact dupe. One, it's not foiled, and two, Glitzy has more of a penny shade to it. No, it's not even penny. It's more of a gold instead of coppery in it, if that makes any sense. But it's pretty close to Pocket Change, with the exception of this is more foiled than Pocket Change by Makeup Geek is. But Glitzy and Grandstand are very similar to each other. All right, so now that I've done explaining that, I'm gonna go and dip my brush in the liquid. And now I'm gonna go into the eyeshadow. Let me hold this up, Twinkle. I just go straight in there, grab some eyeshadow, and then I like to blend it on the back of my hand or wrist or whatever, just so some of the liquid comes off the brush, because if not, it's too liquidy and I can't do anything with it. So, all right, so it's just creating your wing. And I'm gonna come from the outside and make sure it follows that wing that I've created. I'm sorry if the light changes when I bring this up, because this is so much lighter than everything than I am, so it changes the lighting. But you guys know how to do this. Just connect to your lid, and it's very light at the beginning until the eyeshadows actually dry. So create your wing, wait for it to dry. If you feel like you need to add more, then add it when the rest of the eyeshadow is dried. All right, so the eyeshadow just dried, and this is what it should look like. This is what I've done so far. As you can see, you can still see the light eyeshadow in between the crease, the light eyeshadow, and the wing, which is what I just created. I waited for it to dry to show you guys so you can see that it is visible. And now I'm gonna do the same thing. I just cleaned off my brush. Gonna go back into this little container which has the liquid, and now I'm gonna go into Glitzy, just right here. Just grab some of this eyeshadow. I'm following the wing that I just created. Just flick it out, and I'm gonna bring it in without covering the top eyeshadow. And I'm just gonna connect it to the corner right here, and I'm not gonna go in any deeper. I'm gonna stay out here. All right, so this is what the tail should look like. So you can see the difference in shades, and I only kept the bottom tail to the corner right there. Now I'm gonna apply mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara on the lashes. And I will show you the eyeshadows that I use on my lower lash line in a few seconds. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna pick up the Morphe M432 brush, and I'm gonna go into Splurge, which is this soft brown right here. And I'm gonna place this right on my lash line. Let me use this mirror right on that lash line, right into the lashes, and I'm gonna bring it 3/4 in. I'm not gonna close up my eye with this. And I'm just pushing this eyeshadow named Splurge into that lash line. Next, I'm gonna pick up this Makeup Geek pointed crease brush, and I'm gonna go into the eyeshadow named Gala, which I've already used on my crease. And I'm going to buff Gala right under the eyeshadow Splurge and buff that out so it looks nice and smoky. Just a light smoke, not super dark smoky, and soft. And this one I will bring it all the way in because Gala is a lot lighter. So now I'm adding mascara to my lower lashes. I'm still using the same mascara, which is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. And I'm going to be adding some falsies. Today I'm going to be using the Cocoa Lashes in 107, which look like this. And I will be right back. For my inner tear duct highlight, I'm using the Becca Prosecco Pop Highlight, which is the same one I'm using on my cheeks. And here I have a Makeup Geek Smoky Eye Brush. I'm just going to go in there and place this on my inner tear duct for a highlight, just to bring some light into that section. So for my lips, I'm going to be using this liquid lipstick. It's kind of metallic, and it's by the brand Pretty Vulgar. Very pretty packaging, pretty little flowers. And the name of this is My Lips Are Sealed. Very pretty shade. It's kind of a metallic rosy shade. And this is the final look, you guys. I gave myself a very loose fishtail braid to swoop my hair to the side, or you could have kept it in that bun, but I wanted to make it even more girly since I'm wearing this pink lipstick, and I figured a super loose fishtail braid was appropriate. So this is the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I gave you options. Yes, I did use a wand palette, which was the Pure Soiree Diaries palette, which is a wonderful palette, by the way. And I gave you options with single eyeshadows that are very similar to the ones that I found in this palette, hence the Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I think practically everybody has Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and if you don't, then you really should, because they're wonderful eyeshadows. And yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow my other social medias. Watch my previous videos. Leave me comments down below. Let me know what you want to see next. And Happy New Year. I love you guys. Mwah. Hugs and kisses. Bye.